This is the author oral study voiceover presentation. It was written on November 17 by Mir Zowan Sayed, part of World Literature 2, English 204, subject number 71539, was instructed by respected Dr. Sharonika Nelson. So the presentation is about author, writer, novelist, Miss Jamaica Kincaid. Miss Jamaica Kincaid, born May 25th, 1949. She is an Antigua-American novelist, essayist, gardener, and writer. She was born in St. John's, Antigua, part of twin island nation of Antigua and Barbuda. She lives in Bennington, Vermont, and is a professor of African and African American studies in residence at Harvard University during the academic year. She has written several books, and I have named a few here, only handful. For example, 1983, At the Bottom of the River, 1984, At the Bottom of the Garden, some are more, 1998, My Favorite Plant, Writes and Gardeners on the Plants They Love, 2001, Dark Stories, 2005, The Best American Travel Writing, and 2013, See Now and Then. Several books are not mentioned here, but those are very famous books. Summary of books: in 1974 to 1996, publishing her first book, At the Bottom of the River, a collection of short stories, including The Girl. In 1983, her first novel, Annie John, followed in 1985 the story of Willful, 10-year-old growing up in Antigua. Further novels include Lucy, 1990, The Autobiography of My Mother, 1996, a novel set in Dominica and told by a 70-year-old woman looking back on her life, and Mr. Porter, 2007, A Small Place, 1988, is a short, powerful book about the effects of colonialism. My Brother, 1997, chronicles her brother battle with AIDS. Her love of gardens has also led to several books on the subject, including My Garden, 2000, Among Flowers, A Walk in the Himalaya, 2005, a memoir about a seed gathering trek with three botanist friends. Her novel See Now Then, 2013, won the Before Columbus Foundation American Book Award in 2014. Influence and style: Miss Kincaid's writing is largely influenced by her life circumstances, even though she discouraged readers from taking her fiction literally. Kincaid has warned against interpreting their autobiographical elements too literally. Everything I say is true, and everything I say is not true. Her writing stresses deep social and even political commentary. Awards: she has won many awards. Just to name the few: in 1984, Morton Dowane Zebel Award of the Ford, At the Bottom of the River. 1984, shortlisted for the PEN Faulkner Award for Fiction for At the Bottom of the River. 1985, Guggenheim Award for Fiction, and so on. Her contribution: Kincaid critically examined her Antiguan past with its colonial legacy and her American present. She is deeply dissatisfied with both of them, as she finds that the society she has left behind was characterized by bigotry, while North American can only offer opulent. Ignorance is permeated by racism. Her work is also characterized by a constant exploration of the mother-daughter relationship. I write about my mother and her influence on her children and on my all the time. The quest for identity of former colonial subjects, especially women, and the cultural struggle against colonization and its erasure of local tradition. Kincaid, however, as a whole, denounces the continuing effect of colonial domination over West Indians and their invasion of the native life. These effects, in turn, fuel the native quest for emancipation and their consequent desire to leave the Caribbean island to seek opportunities elsewhere. Her style, which at times borrows the surrealistic tones of magical realism, blurs the boundaries between literary genres and also between personal stories and history. In spite of the author's stress on open emotional revelations, her books also remain deeply elusive as they consciously omit information, thus repeatedly calling on the reader to make sense of the character's emotional and psychological paradigms. I have used several references, for example, Britannica.com about Jamaica Kincaid biography, literature British Council.org, New York Times, NewYork.com, and Wikipedia, just to name the few. Thank you very much.